Hello, good afternoon all. Women have been the backbone in economic development of the nations because of their higher spending capacity in food, education, and healthcare for her family. And for women-founded businesses have witnessed better output because of her great leadership and management skills. Myself, Arpita Doshi, chairperson for the Chamber of Advancement of Small and Medium Businesses Women's Cell, welcome you all to our second webinar on demystifying role of incubation center in startup journey. On 23rd July, on the occasion of Guru Purnima, we launched our first webinar where we called up many successful women and identified what were the challenges that they were facing. Based on their challenges, we saw that many women were unaware of how to take their ideas to a next level and develop it as a successful venture. Incubation centers have helped us to take that step further. Because of this incubation center, we can not just think about an idea, but we can cultivate it and groom it into a business and entrepreneurship venture. CSMB Chamber was formed in March 2021 under the great leadership of Mr. Nilesh Lele, who has a 20+ years of experience and has been a serial entrepreneur in India and USA. He has been associated with many professional associations and been a past president of AFSTI Mumbai chapter, and also was a secretary for the secretary for the mentoring for the Startup India in food and beverage industries. CSMB Chamber identified that MSME is the backbone of Indian economy. 30% of the GDP in Indian economy is contributed by the MSME. 48% export happens from MSME and it employs 11 crore people. Therefore, it was very necessary in pandemic to help this MSME move forward and advance them in order to retract our economy back. With this note and the vision of helping MSME and helping them to advance in their venture, CSMB was formed, and today we present the second webinar with the role of incubation center in your startup journey. I welcome you all on behalf of CSMB Women's Cell. May I request Rupa ma'am and Trupti ma'am and speaker Yash sir to launch our handbooks that we have planned for today. Because today we'll be launching our interns who have made a handbook on all the various schemes that are available from the government to help you in advancing your venture. So I request Rupa ma'am and Trupti ma'am to please do the inauguration of our handbooks along with our speaker, Mr. Yash Pandya sir, please. Rupa ma'am, you are on mute.
Thank you, Arpita ma'am and Yash sir for being here on this our Women's Sales program, and very happy to launch our handbook on 2 schemes, and 1 white paper is there also there, and students have taken lot of efforts doing all these work and publishing this paper and all. So I appreciate their hard work of all the students who have definitely gave their best to this doing all these handbooks and white paper. So Diksha, are you there? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
So can you please explain a little bit about these handbooks and how they have done all these things in short?
The survey and handbook, could you please play it off for us, Diksha?
Okay. Ma'am, are you want me to show the flip book?
Yes, please. We would like to also let you know that these handbooks have been made by doing a real-time survey among the industries, and that's how they have compiled it. So students have literally worked their best efforts in compiling the data and presenting a handbook which will be highly useful to all the industrialists and people around us, whosoever is venturing. So we would request you all to please have a look, and if not, you can write to us. We'll be happy to share with you, and you can see the different various streams that is happening.
So our interns from TISS, Vashisht and Shweta, have compiled these handbooks for schemes for MSME of Uttarakhand. This is done by Shweta. So they both were self-motivated and they have done it on their own. So I'll just scroll through it.
Really good work that they have put through, and they have done this. Thank you so
Ma'am,
much.
over to you. Yeah, thank you, ma'am, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Diksha, for sharing that handbook. And of course, we can definitely share it with our audiences on request. So if you have anything, you can please request it to us and we'll do the needful. After the launch of the our handbooks and white papers, I would like Diksha to invite our today's guest speaker, Mr. Yash Pandya. We welcome you, sir, to our Women's Cell program. Diksha, would you please do the introduction?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I would like to give a brief introduction for today's guest and speaker, Mr. Yash Pandya. Yash is highly motivated biotechnologist and microbiologist professional. He is experienced in the field of diagnostic, academics, research, and development in life sciences. He also worked in health sector startups to manage their portfolios design, the startup policies, and accelerated programs for startup companies. He has completed his MSc in medical biotechnology from University of Technology, Sydney, under which he has worked on characterization of Pseudomonas aeruginosa genomic islands GI1 and GI2 in isolates collected from Sydney, those harbors VIM metallo-beta-lactamase resistance genes. Also done MSc in molecular microbiology from Griffith University. He has been awarded third prize for the scientific poster entitled Regenerative Stem Cells Therapy in Healthcare at the National Symposium on Biotechnology led by Paradigm Shift 2010 ARIBAS. He had also been the president of Eastern Region, New South Wales at the Council of Australian Postgraduate Association. He has been working in the startup ecosystem as assistant manager at various incubation centers such as Srishti Innovation, IIM, Lok Jagruti Kendra University, and currently working at Student Startup Innovation Hub, that is iHub. With this, I warmly welcome Mr. Yash Pandya to deliver his talk for today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for my journey and explaining my achievements. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm sharing my PPT here. So today I'm discussing about all the policies which we are working on it as of now, and how incubation center works and help the people. I hope everybody can see the presentation. So thank you so much, ma'am, for welcoming me in this initiative. I'm working in a Gujarat Student Startup Innovation Hub. So in 2018, there is a Student Startup Innovation Policy has started by the Education Minister, Shri Bhupendra Chudasama. And during that time, we are helping to the students who has an innovative idea, but they don't have fund. So we are giving 2 lakhs fund to them to make a prototype. And from that prototype, we can take it further to the entrepreneurship and startups. So with this idea, we thought we can implement into the mature startups. And we are working in a sector agnostics. So I will start with our achievements, what we are doing and how we can do in today's my whole lecture. And what are the facilities you require and how I can fulfill them in terms of funding, mentoring, networking, and IP support. So this is our upcoming building. It's under the construction, but it will be going to finish in next year, May or June. So there is a 5-floor building, and each floor is specific for the specific incubation center. So we have an associate with BIRA, Atal Innovation Mission, Women Entrepreneur Cell, and Nodal Institute from the Gujarat government. So each sector is specific and they can work in a specific area. So I can share some of the realistic data with you as of now, and then I will take it further from that. So when this startup innovation policy has launched, so more than 50,000 recognized startup in all over India, they are coming to the startup, and I'm giving this data today's date in 6th of September. So this is a very latest data, and from that 4,70,000 revenue has been generated, okay, by giving the jobs or by giving the employment. And 1.75 lakhs jobs rose in 2020 and 1.52 lakhs in 2019. So you can see the impact of startups. If they can work in a right direction and if we provide a specific environment to them, they can change the history. 319 startups were granted income tax exemption till November 2020, and 60 total unicorns in India till date. So if we are talking about FirstCry, Flipkart, Amazon, all these things. Amazon is American, but over here there's a Flipkart is there, FirstCry is there, Zomato. All these are the unicorns in a very small period of time because they have a unique idea. Now I'm focusing on our sector. Okay, in Gujarat specifically, there are mainly healthcare sector divided into the 4 and 5 domains: healthcare, biotech, wellness, food and nutrition, pharma, and applied sciences. So you can see the data here. There are in DPIIT recognized startups as well as startups in the sectorial area. You can see healthcare and life sciences in the highest number, 310 and 753. But food and beverage is the second number. So 86 is a DPIIT recognized startups in Gujarat, and 221 is a sector-based. So sector-based in terms of either they can work in a functional food or nutraceutical or specific in beverages. Other sectors is biotechnology and nanotechnology is not in much number. But total number is 1001 is the total number of startup in the health sector. And our focus in 86 and 221. And you will be surprised that most of the startup is a woman-led startup in 221. So now the challenges is that, so if you can see the, in Gujarat, city-wise data, you can see in Ahmedabad, the highest startups is there in food. It's 1922, in Surat 561, Rajkot 275, and Vadodara 566. So these are the specific number for the in the field of food if they are working. You can see 1922 is a high number, but these are not registered in Startup India. Also, those number also I put here for your reference. Okay, so as of now in my health sector in iHub, which I'm looking after, so there are 25 startups which I have, and 50% of startups stake is coming into the functional food and industries. So out of 25, my most of the startups is in that, 50% in the nutraceuticals, and more than that is pharma and healthcare. You can see that there is a 70% stacks that have done. We are supporting our startups in the area of IP also. So under the SSIP policy, which I have mentioned, we have 506 patents, and in that 81 patents are filed in the pharmaceutical and healthcare. So in healthcare also, it's not defined, but it's also functional food was there. So in a drug formulation or the food formulation is one area, dosage control and medical devices. These are the three main area we have filed the patent and that approved by the government also. So this is one of the framework which I can discuss you here. That is a Startup India National Framework. How, if anyone come with the idea in the area of food or in the area of any health sector, so what kind of facilities government provide in government level, in a state level, as well as in central level? So the incubation support is the first in bottom, left bottom, you can see it. So in incubation support, the first thing is that how you can evaluate your idea. So there are the three main categories to combine all these things. First, innovation. Second is scalability. And third is a technologically implementation is there or not. Means scalability, you can check it. These three things should be there for any of your startup idea. If something will be missing, then we will here to help you. So first thing, you require that funding. If you have a good and amazing idea and you can scalable, but you don't have funds, so I can help you for the scalable. So whatever the stage you are coming, either idea to POC you want to give, you want to go, then I can help you for the funding. I can help you for the mentorship and capacity building programs. In the capacity building programs, I can connect with the industries to you, or industries also interested to join these innovative ideas and startups to help them and nurture their ideas into the next level. Institutions.
So Diksha, here, can I please interrupt you? It has stuck on the first slide. Actually, if you're changing the slide, we cannot see the next slides.
Oh, sorry for that. So now you can see this Startup India National Framework slide.
I can see the slide of startups from Gujarat origin on Startup India, and I think it has stuck on it.
Just a second. And now, is that change?
No, sir. Maybe you can exit and.
Oh, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, sure. Is that visible now?
Yes, sir, it is. Health sector startups. That slide is present. Yes, it's changing.
Yeah. So do you want me to go back and start again, if you don't mind?
Yes, sir, sure.
Sure. Okay. So as I mentioned, that is in Gujarat state, there is a specific division of the sector-specific startups. So in a health sector, there is the highest number of startups is there. And the second highest number comes into the food and beverages. So functional food or nutraceutical products or any beverages that comes into that. And this is a DPI recognized number is 86. And total startup sector is 221. So these numbers are very high in terms of your sector specific in a food microbiology, food industry, if you can see that. Now I can share some of the city-wise data. So there are the 5 main cities in Gujarat. So you can see in Ahmedabad, there are 1,922 startups. So this number will include the Startup India registration as well as not registered startup also. From the different databases also I mentioned the number here. In Surat, there is a 561, in Rajkot 275, and in Vadodara 566. These are the specific numbers for the food industries or the functional food industries the startup is working. In iHub, as of now, I have a total 25 startups. There are 50 startups are there, but 25 I have signed the MOU and I take them on board. And you can see that most of 50% of my startup has been coming from the functional food and nutraceuticals. The rest is I defined from these specific sectors, but the second highest sector is healthcare is the first highest sector. Most of the startups coming into the healthcare for the diagnostics or medical devices and those kind of things, they are coming. But we are helping to the startups in terms of IP support also. If you have a very innovative idea and you want that I can help you for the design, for the patent or for the trademark. So we are helping those startups into that. So under the SSIP policy, Student Startup Innovation Program, we have given 506 patents have been filed across the sector. And from that, so it is sector agnostics, and from that 81 patents are from the pharmaceutical and health sector specifically. And in this specification, there are only 3 main areas where we have given the patent. First is the drug formulation, second is the dosage control, and the third is the medical devices. In drug formulations comes not only in medicinal part, but if you have functional food or you have nutraceutical combinations of some of the foods, it comes into that also in the drug formulations. So as many of the startups in early stage, they are coming and they ask me, sir, I have a very good idea and how you can help me? What kind of things will be there? And I can come across with some of the questions also that madam gave me. So I have those questions with me. So at end of this session, I will give you the answer, very satisfactory answer I will give you. So normally any incubation center, they are giving providing all these facilities to you. So in iHub specifically, we are helping in a main 3 domains. So first domain is if you have an innovative idea is scalable. And third one is idea is the technology will be the more powerful. Okay, some technology revolution you have done. So technically it can be sound. These are the main 3 agendas to help our startups. So incubation support will comes into that. So first thing, you require the funding support. Second, if you get the good funding, you require some mentors who can guide you in which direction you want to go. Because if you are in an idea stage and you want to reach at the POC stage, then you require some specific fund and mentor, both the support. But from POC to maybe minimum valuable product or go into the market, scalable market, you require the capacity building programs. In these capacity building programs, we can connect you with the industries. The specific industry people can come and hold your hand for 1 year. They can guide you how you can come into the market. So we have already collaboration with the CII, GCCII, Chai Baroda, Chai Ahmedabad, and Chai Surat. So we have the industry people, and CII is very much interested to help our specific health sector and the food sector startups to take them into the next level, because industry also wants some this kind of valuable chain product into the market. So they are also happy to help you in anyone come up with a good idea in the food industry also. Institutional support, any academic support you required for an early pilot skill study you want to do in a lab. So some institutions are also giving the lab to you free of cost at some stage, and they can provide that environment. So we can connect you with those institutional support. Then fostering innovation and awareness program we are organizing to build up the motivation in the startups, that how we can give better. So that kind of some of the events also we are organizing, which can help and spreading the awareness to the common people from your innovation. And last but not the least, access to the market. So we have a panel of 50 people in our incubation center in different sectors who can invest in your startups, and they can help you to take to the next level. So these are the broad things which I have mentioned. Now I'm specifically talking about in Gujarat, there are 91 universities are there, and with all the universities we have MOU. So if you are talking about MS University or Parul University or Gujarat University, GTU, with all the institutes, or Saurashtra University, we have a MOU with them. From that, 1.4 million plus students are associated in this program, and 1 lakh plus project theses are there. Our main agenda is there are more than lakhs of thesis has been written, and some of them are very unique research work they have done, student or faculty. But after some point, they are stop into the thesis only. That will not come into the program. So we have discussed some of these policies with the government and university, that why not take this idea from this book into the reality. So there are so many projects as of now. So we are discussing with all the universities. We are giving fund to those faculties and students, which can work on them and make the product or minimal viable product and come into the market. And we will support in whole that journey for 2 years or 3 years. So the government of Gujarat incubators, there are 30 incubators are here and 28 Nodal Institute. And I proudly announce that iHub is now also the Nodal Institute, and we are helping more than 65 startups as of now. And some of the startups got the 30 lakh schemes, which later on I will discuss with you those specific things also. And 500 million seeds funds also we have raised for the startups. Institutions, there are 200 student startups per year come into our door and just talking about their idea, and we take them on board and help them, so specifically the student startups. And $20 million Students Innovation Fund also we have raised and given to the students. And that's initiative has been done by the Gujarat government, and we are the main partner to giving to them this kind of fund. So achievement, I can briefly tell you from last 4 years, our achievements that I have through the SSIP support. You can see we have a number of flagship programs are going on, and there are 4 lakh students come on board. There are 20 flagship programs. We are launching the Innovation Center in universities and institutes, where hackathon and different kind of innovative society kind of events we are organizing to motivate the students and come into the innovation area, student startup programs. Then industrial mentor on board. There are 48 industrial mentors from the CII, GCCII, or TIE Baroda, which I have mentioned, or TIE Ahmedabad. They come into board every week. We have this kind of mentoring session 1-to-1 with the startups. Physical and virtual incubated startup is 95 as of now in our incubation center. In the startup student scheme, we are giving up to 10 lakhs to the students. So the 40 students get that benefit to make the minimum viable product from idea to MVP. And capacity building in IPR, we have organizing one lecture, one program for 1 year. The post-graduation diploma in intellectual property rights. So 5,148 students participate from the Gujarat, and they get the degree. So GLS and the government of Gujarat is associated with us in this initiative. Then IPFC program, we are doing that, the Intellectual Property Rights Facilitation Center for the commercialization. We are providing the 15 startups this kind of support. As of now, we are nurturing most of the stakeholders in the program of innovation and startup ecosystem. So 1,410 startups get the benefits from that. And from the pre-incubation program, there are 1,402 startups get support and come into the incubation. So we are organizing one pre-incubation 3 to 6 month program where ideas is there and students come up with a very premature idea, and we can help them to make them mature and come into the ecosystem. So I can tell you the main problems now and how we can help them. So this is a main slide of my presentation. Everybody's like it, and I will explain it in a very detail. that any of startup, if sector agnostic or in a sector specific, they require the 1,000 days. And you can see the 4 lines here, the zebra crossing. This is a khadda, okay, that is a main gate for any startup. So you have on a 0 day, you have a good idea. You think this is a great idea, and I want to take this idea into the next level, but you don't know what are the way. So company formation or company collaboration, then specific mentors you require to validate your idea. You require some of the guidance. So if you don't do that in the first hurdles, you can be dead. So you can believe me, there are 500 startup I have seen from the day 0, and only 2 or 3 startups will come into the 1,000 day. So it's scalable. So you can see most of the startups will die in these different hurdles. So how, being an incubation center, what are my duties or what are the incubation duties to help them to do not die in an early age? So if you have a valid idea, so we validate it. So first, to come with the idea in iHub or in our incubation center. So first thing, I can connect with the specific mentor. If you are coming from the food sector, so the food sector's academic person as well as the industry's person, I can connect with you, and they will understand your idea, what exactly you want to do, and what are the challenges you might face. They can guide you for that. It will take 1 to 2 months. You can work upon that. If once your idea is solid and it's scalable, and you can think that, yeah, it's sustained, it will not die. Then from idea to POC, prototype development, we can help you for the funding, because this is a main area where you require the fund. So first thing, for the student startup, if anyone is coming, then we are giving you 2 lakhs. And if anyone coming from the mature startups, so up to 30 lakhs, we can help you. And those both the policies I will discuss later on. So the funding and mentoring support we are providing from idea to POC. Second is from POC to MVP. So again, that is a mainly 6 to 8 months or sometimes 1 year process, because you have to do so many certification, clinical trial or clinical lab analysis, and those kind of things we have to do for the formulation if it's coming with the food and nutritional dynamics or in a pharmaceutical sector. So those are the very important, and during that period of time, you require some industry person who can guide you, because after once your product is ready, you are going into the market. So for that, all the certification and all the authenticity you should require for your product. So highest time is into POC to MVP. Once that has been ready, then you have to scalable the product. So for the scalable, there are so many funding schemes are there. The government is giving up to 50 lakhs. The government will give you the fund. Later on, we have the investors in our incubation center. They are associated with us. So for the angel investor, we can connect you, or with any industries. We have tied with the Sun Pharma, Cadila, pharmaceutical, even Zydus. We have tied with them. So if you fall in that area, and if you think that it can be helpful for you, we can help you for that. So hand holding is required from idea to the scalable, right? And there are so many hurdles will be comes up over there. Only one person or one team or one startup cannot manage those things. So being an incubation center will make up all these environment layers in a proper way. So I can define in my 0 day. So 0 day to 1,000 day, I can make it their proper plan for these, how you can go and which challenges you can face. So before that, you have the solution. So that is a main model for incubation center in iHub, that how we can handle the startups and it will not die in early stage. Okay, because you have a good idea, innovative idea, scalable idea, and sustainable idea. So I don't want that within a 2 or 3 phase you can die. I want this kind of things comes into the picture. All right. So this is a main area we are working, and we can help to the startups. So this is the main thing which we are working with. You can think this slide is very clumsy, but I can explain it. So there is a left and right side, you can see. So the blue part is a pre-incubation program. You have an early stage idea which you want to validate. Okay, so you can see our flagship programs are there. So in that, normally students or newcomer startups, full-time newcomer startups coming with that, we can help in a pre-incubation phase for maximum 3 to 6 months, minimum 3 months, maximum 6 months. In that, we can sit with them, we can help them in a basic funding up to 2 lakhs. We are giving them fund, then connect with the mentors, make the idea into proper channelized way, and then from idea to the prototype, they can be ready, and we can take that mature startup into our incubation program. So the pre-incubation program is not only for those people who have not validate their idea and they don't know these ideas work or not in the real world. So we want that we can support them in the early stage, and that early stage is a very critical point of time for any incubation, for any startup. because there are so many dilemmas, there are so many questions that we can do it or not. So we are providing that environment to help them in that area. So it's the second engine. So we have two propeller engines. The second engine is the main engine where we have from startup Sati to startup Mana. So from mentoring to the market, we have a different programs, specific programs where we can, in each program, we can take our startups and we can help them. So in the MVP product they want to do, so I have 100 startups as of now who are in the MVP stage. Product market fit 50 startups are there, and scalable and growth startup there are 30 startups as of now. So the incubation phase has a pre-acceleration and acceleration program both. So if you fit into the MVP or come into the scalable, then it's a pre-acceleration program. And once you are, everything is been ready and just enter into the market. So how you can come up into the market, that's the acceleration program. And now we are planning in September that we can organize the acceleration program for the health sector startup. And we will invite the ministers from the central government in health minister to help our startup for 1 month hand holding. So which are the main challenges they are facing in the MVP and the go-to into market strategy. So those things can be, we can help them in one month period of time, and with the experts can come and they guide them. So these are the two propeller engines which can take you into the next level and successfully take your startups into the high sky. So what I have aims to achieve from the startup point of view, what kind of deliverables we have to give to the startup. So first is, we are the leading drivers for the Gujarat startup ecosystem with the hub and spoke with the startups in the any sectors. We are sector agnostic. The second thing is synchronize the efforts, the pre-incubation, incubation with the acceleration. There is a defined process which we have. And we want, if you are coming up with the idea, then you are coming to the pre-incubation. If you are a mature startup in scalable or the MVP stage, you are in the incubation center, incubation part, and then acceleration program, you are going to go to market suddenly. Again, co-creating innovation hub and innovation startup or with the institute or with your chamber. Also, we can providing the co-creation program where your startups comes in our incubation center, and we can help them, and we can proliferate them in a different level. And we are organizing some programs which can and providing the platform to grow them in a different level. So again, to support from the academic point of view or in the institutional point of view, we can support our startups. And sandbox of academia, industries, and government also is ready to help you, and industry is also happy to help you and support those startups. So we can connect with them and we can collaborate this work, and we can do together all these things. Creating the platform for supporting the mind to market and idea to enterprise. That is the main programs we are planning to do. You have a good idea and you want to go to the market. So in 1,000 days, how we can make it? That we can define in a day one. With incubation center, as being an incubation manager, I will be there. The mentors will be there from your specific areas, and the startup will be there. We will discuss all the challenges and how we can complete it, or how we can successfully achieve our goals against those challenges that we have to timeline, make the milestones. And last but not the least, galvanizing the innovations-driven entrepreneurial culture. All right. At the end of the day, if you are coming with a successful idea and you are giving offer the jobs to the people from your startups, that is a main success ratio or the successful achievements for any startups or for any incubation center. So we want to do that, those innovation comes into the market in a successful way. So these are our flagship program, as I have mentioned. So we can find the startups from either Startup India website, or we can word to word discuss with anyone organizing the outreach event, find some good innovative startups. From that, this second layer of startup is a layer of program is a mind to market startup training. In mind to market, we are taking, as I have mentioned, from hand holding of specific mentor throughout this your journey who can help you. In startup clinic, also specific startups, sector specific startup will be here and we can help them. Sketch to Self, this is again one of the toy and design industries startups will come into the picture and we can help them. IP related support and startup engage, every week we are organizing mentor support, one-to-one startups can do that. And the third layer is most of our program is a funding facilities which we are providing. In Startup Grow, we have an Knowledge Institute. So I see Industrial Commissioner, Gujarat government is giving up to 30 lakhs, and we have our startups to give in 30 lakhs from this scheme. Again, those are we start specifically for the woman. Any woman in any sector, if they are working and they want some platform for funding and to market their product, we are providing this support in We Start. Startup Fusion, Window and Manak is also again funding facilities we are providing in these programs. And last but not the least is the fourth layer is the Startup Square, March, Startup Samaj, Nidhi and Gunj to come into the market, connect with the market, connect with the industries fall into these different programs. So these are the flagship program as I mentioned about. So I can just explain it here in which sector they are specifically involved. Right. So as of now in our incubation center, more than 10 different areas we are working. So first is healthcare, biotech, wellness sector, nutritional, functional food and nutrition, pharma and applied sciences, which I'm looking after this sector. Other than that, we have ICT, information and communication technology, manufacturing, deep technology, FMCG, EdTech, clean tech, agriculture, design and art, and social enterprise. So these are the different sectors also we are working in the same area, and we are nurturing the startups and help them and hand-holding them in each stage of their journey. So these are some of our programs which I have mentioned here in the startup mentoring program is the Startup Sathi and Startup Engage. Some seed support is a startup evaluation, resource linkages for the startups in that infrastructure kind of support you require. You want a lab, mini lab, you want to make it, manufacturing support you require. So we can help from these programs. Capital assistance you require for a startups, then access of finance from the industries, angel investors, we can connect you. And one new program we are launching, that is a demo day. So any new startups, you have a good idea or any stage you are, either on idea stage, scalable stage or MVP stage or POC stage, you can come into our demo day. And every month we are planning to organize, you can pitch your idea in front of our mentors and our incubation programs team. And we can take you on board and we can handhold you and we can help you for the next 1 to 3 years until you record the specific achievement or milestones. So these are some couple of glimpses I'm sharing here that one of our program is Startup Engage, where one of the startup you can see is giving pitch in front of the investors and mentors who can help them for the next time. This is one of our achievement that we have organized. We start program. Dr. Anju Sharma ma'am was IAS officer, and she is initiated this one of the novel work where help the woman in any sector they are, but to give recognition to the women and women empowerment. So during that time, Bhupendra Chudasamaji and Vibhavri Madam, Vibhavri Dave is also the Minister in Child and Women Welfare. So she's also being promoting this kind of events. And every week, Madam Vibhavri Madam call at her place couple of women-led startup and discuss their challenges, help them, and nurture their startups. So if any one of your startups fall into this area, we would like to help you. Okay, so now I'm talking about the main part, the funding and main policies. If you have any questions, you can jot down in the text. I will get back to you after completing this session. So as I mentioned, Industrial Commissioner has given us the Nodal Institute. I have is a Nodal Institute, and we can give funding of up to 30 lakhs to the startups. So total will be the 47 lakhs, but first is the 30 lakhs. So I can give you brief about all this, how you can eligible, what kind of selection criteria will be there, step by step in a very easy language I can explain to you. So seed support is any startups who are either in idea stage, MVP stage, POC stage, or high scalable stage. Any of the stage they are eligible comes into that 30 lakhs. First thing, in the 30 lakhs, you must be Indian citizen. Okay, the rules and regulation I will explain in my next slide. The basic things I can explain you here. For this 30 lakhs, your ROC, registration of certificate, must be Gujarat. And once you are eligible for the seed support, you are eligible for rest of all these next 4 policies. So next is sustenance allowance. So for the women, government is giving a more and broad area. So if your founder or co-founder is a woman, then they are giving up to 3 lakhs for a year. So 25,000 rupees per month for the sustenance allowance. So whatever she is doing, she wants some motivation. So funding will be providing to the woman in this area if they want to make the meetings or selling their products, anything they want to do in her startups. So she will get 25,000 per month as a salary. And for the male is the founder and co-founder, there is no woman, then it's a 20,000. So 2,40,000. Third one, you have a skill development support. You require a mentor. Then we are giving up to 1 lakh. So you have one mentor is in the USA or any other Europe country, and you want to connect with them. You don't have fun. I will give you 1 lakh rupees to connect with those mentors, and you can give that fees to your mentors. In India also you can do it, and in abroad you can also do it. Assistant to enroll and participate to the acceleration program. So now your product is ready. Now you want to go into the market. So I will give you a 3 lakhs additional. Then we can give 3 lakhs rupees for the acceleration program. That now you want only one boost ignition to take into the next level. And your product or process or services is helpful for the society, or it's give impact in the social impact. If it's given, then additionally 10 lakhs I can give you. So you have a very innovative food product which can help you in malnutrition or against thalassemia or any other diseases. If your product is good, then you can do the research work in the first 1 year or 2 years when I will give you 30 lakhs. So you can do those research, make a paper and submit to us. We can, if the social impact will be there, additionally you will give the 10 lakhs for that. So main rules and regulation and the process chart I have mentioned. So the startups come up with the idea to me. They have to do the common registration form, which I can provide to you. You have to fill up that selection of IC scheme, all these criteria in my next slide I have mentioned. So I can explain you that, but I can just brief you what exactly the process should be. So I can check all the eligibility criteria and rules and regulation. You are fitting into that or not. If you are fit into that, then type of assistance you require. What kind of support you require? You want mentoring, lab support. You want to make a lab. You want IP support. You want to market research. What kind of support you require? You have to mention to me. Then seed support funding, we can fill up the seed support form. I have mentioned that that form into my manager. I will show you that. But mainly in that basic questions is that about your why you started this startup. What's the in your mind? What idea? What thought comes up? And which one is giving this inspiration to take into that? Those kind of questions are that you have to mention that. What is your strategy? How you can survive? If I give you 30 lakhs, what is your milestone? How you can use it? Those kind of questions into the seed support form. Then along with this form, you have to submit your CV, detailed project report, registration certificate must be Gujarat, unique ID, you can give Aadhaar card and PAN card. So, and non-mandatory DPI registration and the incorporation registration certificate, if you have, then it is there, but it's not non-mandatory. You can submit all this document to me to the Nodal Institute. Nodal Institute will go through with all this documentation, and then we can organizing one review meeting. In the review meeting, we can call some of the industry people as well as some academic persons as a review member. They can give you a marks based on the pitch. So you have to pitch in front of them about your idea. And then during that time on the evolution matrix, we can give you marks based on your performance and based on your idea, scalable or sustainable of your startup. Then those report I can compile it and giving to the Gandhinagar IC office. If they will approve, then we can go to the next. If they will not approve, then what are the documentation problem or any challenges will become, they can come back to us and we can rectify. So again, I will sit with the startups and we can do the process again. But if they will approve everything, your scrutiny committee will be checked again and they will call you in Gandhinagar. You have to present over that. So either you will select, then you can go into the approval meeting and they will disperse the money. If you not, again, it will come into the Nodal Institute. What are the comments they have given to you? We will discuss together and you are eligible for the next round. So again, we can apply for that. You rectify those brown areas and we work on that and we will again apply for that. So as of now in iHub, we have applied 33 startups file, and fortunately most of them will be in the next stage and they have approved it. So we are just waiting for the reimbursement of the 30 lakhs. Okay, so these are the some of the eligibility criteria. So first, you must be an Indian citizen. Second, the ROC must be Gujarat. So company registration should be in Gujarat only because it's a government of Gujarat scheme. And maximum out of 3 years, initial 3 years period of time, you have to work in the Gujarat. Okay, and people, you have to work for the Gujarat. Then most importantly, your company either partnership, LLP or private limited. There is a no proprietary can be fall into this place. The innovator should not treat this support as an interim agreement to support them in an academic pursuit or transition between jobs. So you cannot use 30 lakhs or this 25,000 as a job salary given to someone, or You can hire in your team someone and giving to them, or if you are pursuing your PhD or some of the project, you cannot use as a fellowship. Fourth point is, if any startup innovator engage in any co-current business or occupation or in any profession, so they have to translate into the remuneration, him or her, and expect to disclose it before it. So they have to mention that if I have already one project going on and I can do this full time, you have to do that acknowledgement undertaking with me. So we can assure that you are not using this money because the taxpayer high money. So we don't want to waste it, right? So you have to do some of the legal things with us before you can get this grant. Okay, so startup and innovator seeking this demonstrate the action plan and scalable business plan with us. Okay, before you have to, so you can pitch here during that time. Also, you can explain those things. And startup co-founder and founder who do not have to more than 10% stakeholders or beneficiary in other company. Less than 10% is fine. Okay, so for example, husband has a one company and he is working on it, right? But his wife is working on another project, so husband should not be, or the partner should not be more than 10% in her wife's company or any other partner's company. The startup innovator should not register for the pre-incubation or incubation program in NI. So okay, so if you come up with my incubation center, 1 to 2 months as an incubation center, or mature incubator, you have to work as a startup in my incubation center, and you are eligible for this. And startup must be incubated full time in NI. So you have to be full time as a physical or virtual. You have to be associated with us, and preference shall be given for the product, process, and service based innovative ideas, okay, which convert into IPs and product services, and a significant commercial potential should have in your product or services. And startup innovator seeking support should have a formal business plan. Okay, so you should have a basic idea what exactly you want to do in the next 3 years or 4 years once you will get the grant, and how much money you have also incurred in the business as of now, that you have to explain in front of the jury member over here as well as into the Gandhinagar also. This is a form. So I have just taken some of the snap of the form, and so maybe you cannot read, but I will share with the people who want this form. So it's a straightforward, basic information about the startup name and all these things, detail about the founder, co-founder, your name, your address, email address. Then the main detail of product, process, and services. What exactly you are doing? Okay, what is your product, process, or service? What exactly your innovation will be? How you want to do it? Okay, what is the inspiration behind that to your idea? What is the main reason you are leveraging this business into the next level? So this kind of situation will be there. Detail about the knowledge, what kind of expectations you have from our side, either mentoring, funding, networking, whatever IP support, you can mention in that. Then is there competitive landscape? Which are the competitors you have in national, international, and how you can unique in your idea, and how you can compete with them successfully. That you have to mention. Your business model, in which area you want to go, right? So what kind of business model as of now you have, and what kind of stages you want here, and after 5 or 10 years where you will be, you can see yourself. Those questions in that. And the market and go-to-market strategy. So in market B2B, B2C, what kind of programs you want to go into the market, or technology transfer you want to do, you want to associate with the big companies, what kind of things you want to do, you can explain it here. And main thing here is a 9th one, detail of the project cost. So you can mention on particulars on the top of right top, that product, process, product development, you can get the money. Market and research, for that you can get the money. Testing and trial, you can get the money. And marketing and publicity, for that you can get the money. So all these 4 heads is the main heads. So total should be 30 lakhs, not more than that. Okay. And yes, if you have any other category, for example, you want to buy any software, or you want to make a lab, or you want to validate your product, and you require external certification, so you can mention those specific into the specific area and just mention the amount. But your total estimated project cost, it should be 30 lakhs. Okay. For example, it's more than 30 lakhs. So the amount incurred by the founders till that they have to mention. So if your project cost will be the 50 lakhs, so 30 lakhs, I can give you 20 lakhs, you have to invest. Already 10 lakhs you invested, that's fine. The next 10 lakhs you have to invest in your project. Then the total should be the 50 lakhs. But amount required from the state support assistance from the government is only 30 lakhs, right? And once you get this 30 lakhs, then you are eligible for the sustenance allowance and the rest of all the schemes. So this is my contact details. Anytime you can contact me. This is my email address and my personal number. So you can contact me. I will try my best to help you accommodate you and take your journey to the next level in a successful way. Right?
Thank you so much, Yash, and Guy, for giving such a lovely presentation. It's definitely going to help us and motivate all our innovators and entrepreneurs who are budding entrepreneurs who want to start off their journey. In the reference to the time that we have, I would like to take just 1 or 2 questions at the most. And before we take that questions, I would like to do a felicitation program for 2 of our interns who have compiled such a lovely internship handbooks that we just saw before. And unfortunately, because Nilesh sir has got some medical emergency, so he's not able to be present over here. He was trying his level best, but unfortunately, he's not been able to be present. So on behalf of him, and I'll ask in presence of our speaker, we can do the felicitation to our students. So Diksha, would you please help us in doing felicitation program, please? Rupa ma'am, Diksha.
Thank you. I'll share the handbooks first, and then I'll share the certificates.
Sure.
Yes.
Sir. Yes.
So I would first like to call our student intern Shweta Gupta, who has done a great job in doing compilation of this handbook. Shweta has compiled handbook on schemes for MSME of Uttarakhand, food processing and allied sector. Shweta, can you unlock your video, please, so that we can see your face?
Yeah, even unmute yourself also, please.
So this is the handbook.
Wow.
Yes.
Shweta, are you there?
Congratulations, Shweta.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations, Shweta. You have done really a great job.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And thank you for providing me the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Yes. Second, I would like to call Vasishta, who has compiled handbook on schemes for MSME, schemes for Northeastern region. So this is that handbook. Both of these student interns have done really a great job and have taken lot of efforts for doing all this. So this is a certificate of appreciation for Vasishta.
Yeah. We'll be publishing this on our website and social media handle.
And we are going to submit it to ministry also.
Lovely.
So Vasishta, are you there?
Vasishta, can we please?
I think he's not there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we can go ahead.
Okay. You can take some questions, right, ma'am?
Yeah, can we take just 2 questions, because we've been, so let's just take 2 questions, please.
Okay. If anyone wants to unmute, can unmute. There are some questions in chat box. Like,
Right.
should
I
I read
can
them?
give that answer.
Yeah.
Mandeep Singh. So if you're in Punjab, and yes, we can help you in terms of mentoring and networking. For the funding support, your company must be registered in Gujarat. Then I can help you. But other than that, any kind of support for the networking or mentoring, I can definitely help you for that, and I'm happy to help you in this area. Okay, so you can mail me on my email address. I will share the details with you about our programs, and you can fill up the form, and I'll get back to you on that. Apeksha Kalarai, so you are from Telangana. So for you, the same answer. That if you are company registered in Telangana, then we cannot help you in terms of funding. But other than mentoring, marketing, or other IP supports, we can do it for you, and we can help you for the scale-up programs also. Yes, this program is working only in India, Mr. Kedar Mohan, and this is state policy, so specifically work in the Gujarat. But if you come in any state of India, we can help you in a different way, not in terms of only funding support, but the rest of the support we can do it for sure. Mr. Ajay Joshi, is this connected with the startup only in Gujarat or across India? Yes, we are connecting with them. But in terms of the policy which I have discussed today is specifically for the Gujarat startups, and it's a sector agnostic. So it's not necessary you are coming from the food, but in the health sector or any other sectors which I have discussed, if you fall into that, you can most welcome. Shruti, so yes, if you are in Gujarat base, so my email address I have mentioned, so you can contact me. I will share all these documents with you, and I will sit with you, and I will personally help you what are the criteria and what are the forms you have to fill up to fall in place in these policies. Vikram Patil, yes, Mr. Vikram Patil, I can help you for mentoring and networking for sure. And over here, I'm mentioning my email address, so you can personally contact me for that. I will definitely try my best in which sector you are working. I have to understand that first. What are your expectations and what are the milestones you want to achieve? So according to that, I can connect with the specific mentors. So within a 3 months, 6 months, you can see the result. And in terms of networking also, I can see which area you want to work. So I can connect with the specific mentors to you.
Can I ask you one thing?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Can we put your email ID on the chat box? Then I can ask Diksha to share your email ID. So anybody has any questions, they can definitely contact Mr. Yash Pandya just by dropping the email. So Diksha, if you can just okay. So in the interest of time, we will definitely take any questions further. You can definitely have Yash Pandya has shared his email address, so you can definitely write to him, and we'll be happy to help. Apart from that, if you have any queries, please do write to us, and we will definitely take it up into the thing. May I request Ms. Trupti ma'am to please do the vote of thanks for the day today?
On behalf of CASMB, I would like to thank Mr. Yash Pandya, Incubation Manager, Healthcare and Life Sciences at iHub Gujarat, Government of Gujarat. Thank you very much for giving us such a fantastic guidance to all of us, and we definitely look forward that the participants can benefit out of it. I would also like to thank the Chamber and the Women's Self team for organizing and putting all the efforts to make sure that the session reaches to people. I would also like to thank the participants for being so interactive and ensuring to ask their questions. So thank you very much, and we look forward to take this ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. On
It's a
behalf of-
humble request to all. Please unlock all videos so that we can take a peek. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Trupti ma'am. Thank you, Arpita ma'am. Thank you, Rupa ma'am. And Nilesh sir is not here, but I bottom of my heart thank you for providing this platform to us through this CSMB. And I'm definitely for a long period of time, I can see the collaboration, and we will try to best to help your any women startup or woman led startup in any sector. In terms of any kind of incubation support you require, we will there and we will definitely help you. And it's a long hand-holding project we can do together. And thank you so much, bottom of my heart, for inviting me for this novel work. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for
Thank you all. Thanks a lot.
thank you.